You're listening to the Curate Your Life podcast with Temetria, episode 105, Binge Your Life. Hi, I'm Temetria, a single woman in midlife, but not quite ready for the moo-moo life. I'm focused on curating a life that I love, a life that is bold and vibrant and full of purpose. And I'm passionate about helping other women do the same. So join me if you're ready to curate a big, bold, beautiful life that you love. So I want to talk about television today. And I think y'all know that I like my TV. I always have. I had a TV in my room growing up, and I know that's probably taboo for some people, and you probably didn't, but I had a little black and white TV in my room. It sat on my dresser, and I would sit too close because my eyes were bad, and I'd watch it like this, and all of it. Gilligan's Island, Bewitched, I think Happy Days was on after school, and then at night, don't tell my mom, I would watch the news, I would watch MASH, and then Mary Hartman. Should not have been watching Mary Hartman. Probably not MASH either, but I would. And so I've always been a TV watcher. If you know anything about me, you know I love the Golden Girls. I have done very well at Golden Girls trivia. I like TV. I call them my friends in the box. So television is a thing for me. I like it. With that said, I'm about to talk about giving up some TV and watching less of it. And as I talk about this right now, I'm just thinking about the fact that football season is starting. So, okay, but we're going to go forward. We're going forward with this. Again, I love TV. I'm not against TV. But during my little hiatus that I had here, one of the things that I was doing was watching a lot of TV. I binged a lot of stuff. And just thinking about the hours that I spent watching television and what I could have been doing, not should. In my mind, I probably thought I should have been doing those things. But what I could have been doing with those hours has got me thinking about something for me and thinking about something for you. So again, I watched a lot of TV, and that's not to say that that was the only thing I did. Obviously, I was working and volunteering and doing other things, spending time with people that I love too, but also just a lot of mindless time in front of the television. And in these past few weeks, I have done so much. I've gotten so much accomplished, and I love it, and it feels great. So I'm coming to you today to talk about what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year and how I want you to join me. But I just want you to think about the hours that we have put in, and maybe just me, but I don't think so, because it is a hot topic of conversation when I'm out with friends. What are you watching now? What have you started? And text, hey, I'm watching this. This is so good. You should tune in. And I will. And I'm not saying I'm going to stop that, because television has been better in the last few years, like Ted Lasso, Game of Thrones, all of those. Like, TV's come a long way. It's not all just fluff. And also, it's not real life. And so one of the things that I am wanting to do is to spend even more time creating my binge-worthy life. And I want you to come with me, and I want you to create your binge-worthy life instead of sitting and watching and just like that and looking at her clothes and her New York life and all the things. Not saying that I want to be any of the people on and just like that. I like them. I feel like I could be friends with them, but obviously I want to be me, and I want my life to be fantastic, even more fantastic. So instead of spending the time, an excessive amount of time, looking at television and the fictional lives or the reality, see my quotes if you're listening to the podcast, TV and their real lives, again, quotes, air quotes, I want to be living a life that is fun and binge-worthy to me. A life that somebody might, not saying I want people to watch my life, but a life that might be binge-worthy for somebody else, right? A life that excites me, a life that I want to spend hours in because we are in it no matter what, right? But you know what I mean? A life that is full of purpose and joy and all of the experiences that come along with life. It's not going to be skipping through the tulips 24/7, but I want a full, rich, whole life. And I think I do a pretty good job of that. I try to, at least, and I enjoy my life. But you can always, always take it to the next level. And so that is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year. You can always improve, because I believe if you're not growing and learning and stretching for the next thing and striving for the next level and changing and evolving, you're stagnant. And the next step after stagnant is dead, lifeless, right? If you're not growing and thriving, you're dying. So I am continually striving for the next level, continually working towards something better. And you may think that that sounds exhausting, but it's not exhausting when you are going for something that lights you up, that fuels that fire in your soul. So that's what I'm planning and doing, and I want you to join me in for the rest of the year. Moving towards something, creating something, taking your life to the next level, finding that next level of your purpose, finding the next level of your joy, creating an even more fulfilling life, and something, again, that lights you up, something that excites you. I'm not doing this just to give you something else to do. I want you to think of this as a way to enhance and enrich your life. So I am calling it the Binge Your Life Challenge. For the rest of the year, for the rest of 2025, starting on September 1, every other week, I'm going to be running 5-day Binge Your Life challenges. I invite you to come in and take 5 days, and you don't have to give up all of your TV time or all of your personal time, but to take 5 days and maybe an hour a day for those 5 days. Focus on creating something that is meaningful to you and your life, or finishing a project that is meaningful to you, or doing something that's fun that will bring you joy. But during that time, during that challenge, focusing on creating your binge-worthy life. I'm going to run them every other week, and you are welcome to come and do the 5-day challenge with me. You're welcome to come and do it every other week for the rest of the year. You're welcome to come and go several times for the rest of the year. But starting on September 1 through the end of the year, every other week, I will start another 5-day challenge. I'm just going to run it over and over again. So if you don't hear about this until November, you can jump into the next challenge starting at some point in November, whatever that date is. But for every other week, we're going to start a challenge on Monday, a 5-day Binge Your Life. So if you want to come and do it for the rest of the year and create something big and finish 2025 strong, I welcome you to it. It's a free challenge. We're going to have a Facebook group. I'll give you all of the details via email. So I invite you to come and get on my email list so you are notified of when this challenge is going to happen, when these challenges will be happening. You'll get an email notification so you can join us. The way to do that is in the show notes. There is a link to download the 2 simple steps to love your life. Those are amazing and something that you can start doing in the next 10 minutes. and really start to shift how you feel about yourself and your life right now. And then, like I said, you will be notified when we start the Binge Your Life Challenge. Right now, I just want you to think about something. I looked it up, and just like that, the series this year was 12 hours. The episodes were about 12 hours. All total, the series has been about 22 hours. I think they were shorter than the first two seasons. Gilded Age, another one that I like. This season is 8 hours total, and it's been 24 over the life of the series. And then let's think about things like Game of Thrones, which I don't know about you, but just because it was so complex, I've watched that whole series a couple of times over the years. The Bear, how many of those? What are those hours? Ted Lasso, all of those, and there's more coming out. And again, I'm not asking you to not watch TV to give it up. I'm just saying, get your life in there too. But think about all of the hours, all of the series that you have binged and what you could have done with that time. If you've ever wanted to learn a different language, if you've ever wanted to write a book or read more or cook more, or if you've said, I don't have time for exercise, just one of those hours. And I know that sometimes you get home from work and you're worn out and you're tired, and that's not when it's going to happen. But if you're not up late doing the just one more episode of whatever you're binging, if you're in bed and you're fully rested, then you can get up and you can get the exercise in. Or you're just sharper, clearer, more rested to take on whatever your day brings you. So things like that. If you want to volunteer and you don't think you have time to volunteer, if you want to date and you're like, well, I want to date, but you're sitting on the couch and you're watching, I don't know, Love Island, turn it off. Go out into the world and meet people. Put yourself out there. Go out and volunteer, and you might meet somebody then. If you do like get out and go exercise, you might meet somebody at the gym. But I'm pretty darn sure that you're not going to meet them on the couch watching Love Island. So if you want to just spend some of that time really relaxing, like truly relaxing and renewing your mind, it's probably not going to happen if you're binging any of the CSIs or the whatever the other crime dramas are or the real life murder stories. That's not relaxing. So truly relaxing, spending some time truly relaxing. Maybe you have a hobby that you can turn into a side gig and extra money. There's so many things. Maybe it's just spending quality time with friends or with family. Even if you take a quarter of the time that you would maybe spend binging on somebody's fictional life or reality TV, or even if you take a quarter of the time that you spend binging in the scroll on Sally's life, right? You're scrolling through all the socials, seeing what other people are doing. If you spend that time creating your binge-worthy life, where would you be? What would you have? What would it look like? How exciting would that be? So I'm excited. I have some things that I'm going to be working on. And like I said, I'll be in there with you doing the challenge, checking in with my wins, just like you will be doing when you get all the details for the challenge. But let's finish this year, the rest of this year, 2025. We have September, October, November, December to rock it out and to close this year out better than ever. Yeah, I said rock it out. I don't know. Let's go back to the, what is that, 80s or 90s or I don't even know what. But that's what we're doing. We're going to rock it out for the rest of this year. Let's do it. So go to the show notes, jump on my email list, download the 2 simple steps, start there. And September 1, come with me. I'm going to binge my life. I want you to binge your life. Invite a friend, and let's see what we can create. Okay, until next time.